question is, of course, whether American democracy will resist this onslaught of authoritarian politics. So far, we are 10 months into this, and I do want to say, as someone who wrote about coups, military coups also, all kinds of change, authoritarians come in different ways. They come in via elections, they come in via coups. The pace of change in the United States since January does not resemble most of the cases where authoritarians came in by election. It doesn't resemble the first 10 months of Putin. It really is so fast. The scope and the scale of change is so fast that it resembles more a foreign occupation or a coup. So this said, there has been a notable success at legal resistance, where judges, including those appointed by Donald Trump, have turned back authoritarian aggressions meant to reduce the judiciary and rule of law to tools of the leader. We're also seeing, of course, popular protest building. And what matters for protest is that it builds over time. No country constructed a major democracy movement in just a few months, certainly one of the size of the United States. And we're seeing a lot of even people, high officials resigning from the military over the military's now being used as an authoritarian tool in Latin America. So these are first stirrings of what I've been predicting since February would be a kind of reckoning as the scale and scope of the violence, the corruption becomes clear to more people, whether they're ordinary people or high officials. I believe we will see more types of resistance and standing up for conscience in the United States. I think that one of the purposes of Donald Trump's presidency is to reorient America from being a force of democracy, as flawed as it was, as partial as it was, to propping up autocrats. And that is what he has done with his partnership with Benjamin Netanyahu. In fact, the peace deal, between quotes, for Gaza was one that was developed mostly under President Biden. And Donald Trump asked Netanyahu to hold it until he became president so he could take credit for it, because the two of them have worked together for a long time. So I think we have to proceed on that basis, that one of the purposes of America in the world now under Donald Trump is to help autocrats prosper. And Donald Trump promised that in a campaign speech in June 2024. And he said, if you have a smart president, they won't be enemies. You'll make them do great. And he was referring to North Korea, China, and Russia, but you can include Middle Eastern autocracies, Israel included.